Okay guys, welcome to my second video. As you can see, here's the GOES wide view, and as you can see there's Tropical Storm Gert up here that's making a run for a hurricane. Spinning north-northwest at the moment, but about to make a turn to the north, then north-northeast, then northeast when it collides with a trough up in the up near the Arctic. It is no threat to land at the time, but in 7 days it will bring very windy weather to the UK. So people in that area should pay attention to their local forecast. Um, okay, and then we got a few other things to look at here. The Atlantic is really waking up. The switch is flipped, but if you zoom in over here, you see this big area of the Saharan air layer out in front, and then to the very right of this, you see convection. Now, KW, couply compressed Kelvin wave, has moved through. Sorry, I have problems pronouncing it. And as you can see, it's enhancing convection. And there's spin in the very corner. There's very good spin, as a matter of fact. Um, Hold up, guys. Sorry about that. If you look in the corner, there's very wet spin, and that's the western wave that the Euro develops, and that's the one that's looking like it's taking over, just like the Euro has shown, and it looks like that one will win out. The reason why I say this is only because this is Mike's website. Y'all should check it out. It's pretty cool. First of all, another south surge is going to come off the coast of Africa. I tried to explain this to y'all, but everyone got mad when I did. But as you can see, it's a south surge is about to come off, so the wave behind should weaken and basically dissipate. So let's look at the 850 millibar global vortice. And as you can see earlier, it wasn't this good. It improved on the left side. See that right side, how they're connected? Well, they were even closer earlier. The right one's weakening while the left one's turning, and it's twisting, and it's gonna, in the next 24 hours, it should almost be closed. I wouldn't be surprised if this system forms pretty fast. But whenever it starts to move west, it will be battling dry air and 10 to 15 knots of wind shear. So it's not going to be anything like a major hurricane when it reaches the islands. I can guarantee you, though, it will be in the Eastern Caribbean come 5 days, and it will not be north of the islands. The reason why I say this is because if you go over here, sorry about that. Okay, no. If you go over here and you go to Chrome and you go to Levi's site, tropicaltidbits.com, and you go over to the GFS, which is, by the way, not a reliable model, but in the 6Z run, it finally started to come to a census, but it's still not right. As you can see, at 0 hours, it has the west, or, hold up, sorry, it's lagging. Okay, the western vortice is quite is about the same as it predicted the last one, but this run's different because look, that western vortice dies out. See, the eastern vortice dies out, and the western wins out, and it goes due west, but it doesn't strengthen it. The reason why the GFS doesn't strengthen this is because of this simple fact: it continues to have this PV streamer. See, look, if you notice over here, that thing, that little white circle right there. Watch it move southwest. That's a trough of low pressure. That's a ULL. And it moves west and it interacts with our wave. And what that causes it to do is it induces high wind shear on the system. And you can tell because if you look at the wind shear, you can see it. It induces very high wind shear on the system. See? It induces really high wind shear on the system. But the difference is the reason why this is moving more north on the GFS is also for that reason. It cannot collide with that UOL, that trough. So what it has to do is that trough swings it around to its north, which will bring the system more north and weaker, which in turn will dissipate it within this high pressure, this omega block that blocks it and makes it goes due west/west southwest. Now that's the GFS. And it doesn't even develop the second system that the Euro shows, which it's still too far out to tell what's going to happen with that, but it shows doesn't develop anything as a matter of fact. Now, if you go to the Euro, There's a big difference between the Euro and the GFS, as a matter of fact. Because if you go on the Euro and you start at 0 hours and you start at 0 hours in GFS, big difference. It shows them separated, which isn't correct for the Euro, so I'm going to give that one to the GFS. But the solution, it won't affect the solution because of the fact that the western wave is moving at 25 miles per hour. Read the NHC wave discussion for proof, but it's moving west at 25 miles per hour, while the one to the east is only moving west at 15 miles per hour, which means the Saharan air layer will catch up to that one. This one will outrun that one. So it'll be safe. It'll be in a very moist environment because of CCKW that's coming through. And as you can see through 24 hours, like I said, it's already almost closed. And this is way different from the GFS in 24 hours. See? It shows it, but it's still, but now the 60 at least has the western vortice winning out, but it's still not like it should be. Because clearly the Euro develops a western vortice. And then let's go to 48 hours. Let's compare it to the GFS. It's strengthening. The GFS has its Fujiwara effect because it has the western vortice splitting into two. This is the western vortice. Both of these vortices are part of the western vortice, but it has them splitting into two, and then creates another Fujiwara, which is convected feedback. That northern vortice is convected feedback because, as you can see, it randomly forms from rapid rain rates, which is convected feedback, and that's not going to happen, more than likely. Even pro-Mets have said that doesn't look realistic. Just read the NHC discussion. You go to 96 hours, the Euro already shows a 1008 millibar low, or 1007. You go to the GFS. The GFS has it more north and very weak. Same ridging though. See, the thing is that this pattern's really complex. If it moves as fast as the Euro shows it's moving, then it will continue on a western pattern. Because the GFS and Euro both have the trough. To prove it, there's the trough right there. But in the Euro, it has 91L, which is Harvey now,